You know what this is? This is my version of a holy book. This is my journal. And every single day I write in it. But I'm not like writing Dear Diary stuff sometimes. Not really. Mostly what I'm doing is I am using it as a tool to review my life. And what I tell my students is that this book is sacred. And what goes in this book happens, right? So that means I have to be very careful about what I put into it. I recommend you go out immediately after this video and get a journal. Now, what would you put in the journal? What would you do? Well, what I like to do is I like to use it as a tool to, one, kind of dump what I'm thinking, and two, to identify real hard priorities. And then I use it as a metric to look back over my week, month, quarter, year, far out, and see, one, how far I've come, and two, what trends are popping up in my life. Because as we zoom out to look at, how we can become more managed with our time in our day, the only way that we're really gonna do that is by uncovering patterns. A lot of times we'll just stumble from day to day, repeating the same mistakes, having the same interactions with people, but not really recognizing that it's a pattern, it's a cycle. Ray Dalio talks about this in his book Principles, where he says, after you go through a certain amount of cycles, you'll say to yourself, oh, it's just another one of those again. And you probably have a lot of things in your life that are just another one of those. With a journal like this, you can get some perspective. So I'm gonna read some of the stuff from mine and give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So, I've never done this on camera before. So, okay, I'll give you a little taste, all right? So this is a basic example of an entry for a day from my journal. And you don't have to copy this. I want you to use it as inspiration to make your own journal. And it can be a moleskin like mine. It can be a spiral bound notebook. It doesn't really matter. It's the sentiment that counts, right? So this is from December 2014, December 4th. What I'll typically do is on one side of the page, I'll put a morning reflection for what I'm feeling, how I've been thinking, and what's going on with me. And then on the second side of the page, I will put my intentions for the day. And those become my 2 to 3 big rocks that I want to push. And I'll use this perspective and these intentions to look back through my week to see if I've actually been doing what I say I want to do. Here's what I have for December 4th, 2017. And this is it's personal. So don't share this video on social media. Yesterday, my body felt weak and tired. I'm not 100% sure what it was, but it made me a bit crabby and angry. And I took the day off to rest and recuperate, and today I feel better. So this is just the first paragraph, but think about that. Just knowing that at one point during this week, I felt a little bit, it seems like I just felt sick. If something happens later in the week, I can look back on this and be like, oh, that was Monday. It seems odd, but I kind of feel like sometimes we'll go through an entire week and not even remember what happened the day before. And it's really oddly useful to have even recollections of things that happened in the immediate past to start seeing these patterns. So I'll know, okay, this week I had a little bit of something, maybe there's some reference point I can look at here. Books I'm reading at the moment: Homo Deus, The Road, Tribe of Mentors. When I look back on this in a few months or even at the end of the year, I'm gonna remember that I read these, and it's gonna be a good indicator that maybe I can go back and look for nuggets in those. I'm gonna remember little interesting points I wanna make, ideas for content. I'm just documenting my life and what's important to me at the time. This is all part of the process of, again, zooming out, foresight, right? Then I have a little encouragement to myself. I say, it's time for me to continue moving forward with my craft as a writer in a meaningful way. It's time to start working on my second book. I'm so grateful to have had such an awesome experience the first time. This is just, I didn't plan on making this program and telling you this. This is what I wrote to myself. But these are the things that I'm gonna wanna look back on as a reference point, and they help me to, again, zoom out. And I look at my intentions for this day. So I have my 3 big intentions. You wanna hear an affirmation that I put at the top of the page? You'll like this. I put, this day, I will operate from a place of speed, confidence, and clarity. Just going into my day, before my intentions, I say I'm gonna operate with speed, confidence, and clarity. That sets the bar for me. It creates that psychological possibility, just opens up the doorway. And my 3 intentions: 1, money makers for the day. So for me, I was writing an affiliate email for my friend Nathan's course. So affiliate email. Why? That's a big rock I had to move. There's the biggest potential in that during my specific day, so I wanted to get that done first. 2, check-ins with private clients. So I have a program called Ascent, which is for 6-figure clients moving to 7 figures. Check in with all of them, very important. 3, financial check-in. So I have to look through my finances, do some auditing, just do my normal shit. Yeah, those are 3 big rocks, okay? And they don't seem like a lot. And you might look at my calendar and say, you only did those 3 things today? But I sat with this, and those are the 3 things that are gonna move the rocks the most. So I was okay with having what some people might consider a light day because these rocks are heavy. And that's the value of a calendar and of being able to have that objective ability to look at your day as almost like a third-person perspective than a first-person perspective. It's almost like you see above the game rather than being in it all the time. And this book is a great way to help that. I mean, there's no way I could have told you how I was thinking and feeling on December 4th, 2017, except for this book. And this is a great reference to be able to move forward in a confident way with my life and my days going forward.